Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Amari Barno getting there to make the stop. The Rams at 6-2 to start play. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the gun, Mayfield. That'll be caught by Kupp. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He'll get it inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jordan. Touchdown! Brevin Jordan. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Seahawks nothing. Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. Lock it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive INT.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Lockett the man in motion. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Rams' 32-yard line.
I said it, let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, this defense for the Rams, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25-yard
line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's Samuel, caught left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joejuan Williams. And the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Seahawks 3.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Loaded. Lock it.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Throw out wide to Walker. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Check. Alert.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Walker with another carry. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. They go play action now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mayfield on play action. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
Run.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
It's a gain of 8.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got Jordan complete right side.
Mayfield's pass.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. On 4th down, here's the option. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Baker Mayfield, as the first half is winding down. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Rams 21, Seahawks 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Here's Moore. He will return it.
Dwayne Eskridge on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Tackled back at the 46-yard line.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Posse in the game.
On 2nd and 15 now. Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Joejuan Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described, a defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's good for a Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A give up the middle to Akers. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there.
A loss of 17 yards. It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Cup. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Lockett, the man in motion. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Lockett with a grab over the middle.
Complete to Tyler Lockett. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Wilson's
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Here's Wilson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield off the play fake. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
To DK Metcalf. No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the Rams' 42-yard line.
Play action. Now Wilson. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On third down, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
35. First down, Seattle.
Ready.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Exit.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop?
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, L.A. That's a prime example of the danger that Baker Mayfield presents when he's able to get outside of the pocket.
And we see many quarterbacks do this in the league. A lot of them have that good mobility, but we see them, they're more like striders, right? There's a smoothness to them. When I watch Baker Mayfield, everything is sharp, hard, aggressive, and he turns it into a big-time shot downfield in a monster play.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Dwayne Eskridge on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Down and 10 yards to go.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. He hits his target, Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, Wilson. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 33. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again here. Wilson. Caught right side. Tate. Touchdown, Seahawks. Auden Tate. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
His kick is good.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
17.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Mayfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
For the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's got his tight end fan. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
45. Seahawks 17.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Moore. He will return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And Walker has it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 43 yards. And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The tackle made back at the 48-yard line.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
King! Hey, we're 33.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Rams are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose a down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. They go play action with Wilson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
3rd and long.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Walker.
Wilson's pass.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
He's going to let it fly. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Open man is Myers. Touchdown, Rams. Jacoby Myers. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both